Oh my goodness. It has been a while. Haunters, greetings for all my fellow monsters and ghouls out there. This is the Terrors of Halloween, and I am officially back on the Terrors of Halloween channel. Yes, I know, it's been a while since I posted on here, since Halloween night when we did Dr. Neville Stone's Graveyard House of Terror. So I kind of like did a couple of YouTube shorts on there, kind of like introducing you guys to all the characters that are in the haunted house. Of course, you saw John the caretaker. yeah, of course that was my dad. So you got to meet him, John Lyle Henley. Of course, that was the name I came up with. John, basically known as John the caretaker. He's the caretaker of Dr. Neville Stone's graveyard. And then some of the other ones you saw in the video that were also my friends from Halloween Haunt that I worked with at Cornstalkers. Like his brother. Yeah, basically there's two brothers. They're actually twins. His name is Cody and Tony. Well, Tony wasn't. Well, actually, I've known those guys since 2022 from my second season of Haunt, and from being at Cornstalker. So I've known them for quite a while now, and I was actually talking to them last year when I was at Haunt, asking them, hey, I run a small home haunt called Dr. Neville Stone's Graveyard House of Terror. If you're interested in doing it, then definitely let me know. I'll get a character set up, and they both agreed. So then they all came to join the haunted house, and Cody decided he wanted to be Bill, the Scarecrow Demon, and his brother Tony, actually, he decided he wanted to be Count Malice, basically the Lord of Darkness. He's like, that character is like the leader of all of his vampire creatures of the graveyard. So basically, so he's kind of like the leader, but well, yeah or no, yeah, he kind of is. So like he's kind of like the second leader, and Dr. Neville Stone that summoned all these creatures from the other worlds. Well, basically, or different realms of all these, where all these creatures live at. Basically, it was that book that he read, and he basically opened up a gateway to where all of the monsters, creatures, evil spirits came out from their realms, and basically they were all summoned into his world to protect his graveyard. All the vampires, werewolves, and evil spirits, and the undead rising from their graves. Sorry, my arm's getting tired. I can only hold the camera for certain times, and I gotta switch hands, so I do apologize about that, guys. So I might just have to keep switching hands, because it'll probably get tired once a while if I hold it pretty long. But yeah, as I was saying, so that's basically what he did. He summoned all these creatures from the other worlds, and they were all summoned into his world, and basically they help protect his graveyard from any human trespassers. So if anyone dares to go near his graveyard, you're in for a real treat. Your souls are going straight to the graveyard. So that, and then you'll be one of Dr. Neville Stone's next victims. So beware if you're entering his graveyard, because you never know what's lurking in the dark. It might be a werewolf, a vampire, or a undead creature, or some evil spirits that are seeking souls, or the Grim Reaper, the Reaper of Souls character. So so of course that's kind of the whole plot storyline of what it is. So of course, basically, and every haunted house needs to have a story, because if there's no storyline, then I just don't think there's no, then, or I don't know, I'm trying to think how I'm going to put it. Then basically, people are not going to know what goes on. They need to know a story. Like if it's a graveyard, or any type of haunted house theme, or either it's a professional haunt or a home haunt that you guys do, like in your yard, or just like a Halloween like display or something like that. So but kind of want to talk about the haunted house actually. So, but yeah, so that's kind of what you saw in my other short video. But yeah, I kind of made like a couple short videos. Then I made my last video when we were closing up Dr. Neville Stone's Graveyard House of Terror for the season. Then I was like, kind of like, all right, all the monsters and creatures are gonna go back into the realms, and I will unleash them for next year. So yeah, kind of like, talking about that. The ending of Dr. Neville Stone's reign of terror comes to an end for now. Of course, he always comes back. Well, he's definitely gonna be coming back full force, claiming more souls for the graveyard. Of course, all of his creatures are going to help him protect it, of course, including his caretaker, John the caretaker. Like, basically, he's like, the character is like dead. He's like, has like a white, pale face, like he's just been dead for so many years, and he was brought back from the grave. So, okay, yeah, see, I'm telling you, my arm's getting tired, so you might see me do some switching-a-roo around the camera, so I do apologize about that once again. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. I just wanted to thank everyone, giving you guys a shout out. Thank you guys so much for coming down to Dr. Neville Stone's Graveyard House of Terror Haunted House for last year. And then we had a whole crew. I'm going to say, we had a whole crew of haunt actors. Well, the ones I work with at Haunt, so they all came down and did it with me. So we had a whole crew last year, and yeah, I think we had a big crew last year than the years prior when we did this haunted house. And yeah, I had so much fun. I can't wait to do it again. We're gonna be claiming more souls for the graveyard, so definitely cannot wait for this year, this upcoming 2025 haunt season. Definitely looking forward to. I'm always looking forward to haunt season every single year. Of course, I celebrate it year round. Of course, you know me. I like to celebrate the haunt season year round. I kind of like just keep the tradition alive. That way it's not dead. Like a lot of haunters like to do that. They like to keep things going year round, and that's kind of what I like to do. I like to keep the tradition of Halloween alive. So, and because basically I wear like Halloween shirts a lot. I wear like well, yeah, of course I wear a lot of cool Halloween shirts. This one's from Worlds of Fun's haunt. This was an old one actually. It's got like zombies on a roller coaster and stuff like that. But here I'll pick that up. Here, hold on. I'm gonna have to pick this up. Okay, all right. So sorry about that, guys. I knocked over some of my things on my little table that I have right there, so I had to pick it up. So sorry about that, guys. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun. Definitely cannot wait to do it again for this upcoming year. But yeah, we had a whole crew. I also had my cousin Dakota. He also came along. He played the pumpkin harvester character. He chose to play that character. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned the pumpkin harvester. Basically, he kind of looks like that. That's the design for the character, the pumpkin harvester. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I did my big reveal of what Charles the Scarecrow Harvester is gonna look like for this season. So that is him. So yeah, I kind of wanted to wait for a while, and then I will give you guys the big reveal of what Charles the Scarecrow Harvester is gonna look like. Plus, I still have the old mask right there. If you guys can see, I still have the old mask. So I'm basically gonna retire the old 2023 Charles mask. I wore this for 2 seasons now. Now it's time to move on to another look. Is a more rotting and more decaying look for Charles. So that's kind of the look I'm going for right there. So yes, definitely cannot wait to wear that mask this year. It's so well detailed. It also comes from a company called Bump in the Night Studios. And man, they make some good masks. I've heard. Like, this is one of their masks from Bump in the Night Studios, and that's a Ghoulish production one. The one I use for the Pumpkin Harvester character, and that's a Ghoulish, and that's October Studios. That's the one I use for the Pumpkin Reaper character. So, yeah. And yes, and I also been creating some new characters for for this year. So I've been kind of like busy with that, creating some new characters. I have two new ones for the haunted house, and I have a one that's not really with the haunted house. Really, I just kind of wanted to do this like a cosplay character, but I'm not going to reveal what it is yet. It's here. I'm just gonna just kind of throw out there a little bit. I'm not going to tell you too much. I'm going to surprise you until I get this costume and mask and a prop that's going to go with this character, but not for the haunted house. This is not going to be a character for Dr. Neville Stone's Graveyard House of Terror. It's just going to be like a cosplay character that I kind of created. But so it's like a slasher character, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to surprise you until I get the costume and then in the mask. And then I will reveal that. But I'm gonna reveal some other characters for the haunted house. I have two of them. I have one called Goliath. That's him right there. I got him for Christmas. Also, a company called Zagoni Studios. They make really good masks. Like they make the ones where you can move your mouth in, and that's one of them. So that's gonna be Goliath, my new haunt character. So he's like basically how I wanted to do the character. He is like a undead vampire character. So like I thought it would have been kind of cool to do something like that, to make like a rotting undead vampire character. So that's Goliath, the undead vampire. That's also one of Count Malice's servants. So like he basically worships Count Malice. So like he is like the main leader of all of his vampire creatures, and that's one of his creatures right there. That's Goliath, the undead vampire. And some of my zombie ones, that's the one I didn't really wear this. I mean, we had no one wear this one actually, because well, it also didn't fit my head, so I wasn't sure if it was going to fit anyone else's head. That's a ghoulish mask, and I just kind of used that as a prop. So I kind of had that in the whole graveyard set up for the haunt last year. And right there, that's Victor Blackwood, the living dead corpse character, and right next to that, I have a new look. This is not for a new character. This is going to be the same character. That's going to be the new look of Count Malice, the Lord of Darkness. So that's going to be his new look right there. And also, I still have the original look right here. So that's actually I still have that one. So basically, for now on, gonna use this one. This also came from Horror Dome. That's the company where it came from. Yeah, and it looks so good. It looks so well detailed. Cannot wait for like someone to wear this mask for this year. So a new look for Count Malice, the Lord of Darkness. And also, I do want to mention my other character I've been working on. This one is a mummy character. Basically his name is King Ramos Meltori. So basically he's he's an evil sorcerer. So basically he takes basically he takes souls. That's what the new character does. So yeah, I kind of want to make this into like a supernatural type character. So like he has supernatural powers, and basically he has this cane. It has like a cobra snake on it, and that's where all of his souls go, right in that cane. And the souls give him power, and because of all, yeah. It's kind of similar to how Charles feeds on soul, because that gives him the supernatural ability powers. So like the more souls he feeds, the more stronger and powerful he gets. So basically this is kind of like a same thing as Charles, but basically he's more of a different type of character. So like he's an undead mummy that basically he has supernatural powers. So like he's like the king of the undead. So that's kind of what he's known for. And basically he came from Egypt. But yes, I also did a story on him. I'm probably not going to get too much into that. I'll just kind of give you facts of what he is. I might make a video basing on his story. And of course, all the other character stories for Dr. Neville Stone's Graveyard House of Terror. So maybe I'll have to do a separate video about that. So kind of like doing some of the backstories of some of the